Hello everyone. So I am going to be designing from scratch a planner. Definitely stay tuned because there is some exciting news at the end of this video. There might be a way for you to get your very own planner out of this. So definitely stay tuned and watch for that. But I really wanted to do a full video for people to, from start to finish, designing a planner. So this is going to be my planner, a planner that I would create for myself. So I won't put every possible option that you could do in here. I'm going to just do a few of the things that I know for sure that I would like and show you how to do them and how to do it from start to finish. So this is Agendio. If you are not familiar, they are the most customizable planner on the marketplace. Yeah, let's get into this. So if you go to their website and you scroll down, I did create an account for this just to make it easier on myself. You can do that along the process later, or you can do it right at the beginning. And so it will kind of lay out for you the whole process, but you can also just go down right to the planners and click on start. So we're gonna do that. Go right to start our planner. Okay, so there's a lot of new things that they have. One of the things that's really exciting is now you can change your configuration even if you've already been in the builder. So the builder is what they call sort of the guts of it all, right? That's the way that you create your planner. And before it was kind of hard because once you got to that stage, you couldn't go back and change the configuration, which we'll go into in a second. But now you can, which is really exciting. And they've added new cover options, and there's a lot of neat things that they have done, which is exciting. So from here, we are going to select our configuration. All right, so you can do two different options. You can either do a preset one or you can create your own. And the preset ones are, so I like to do a weekly, so we're going to do a weekly one. And so the preset ones, you can kind of just scroll down and see them all. And honestly, they're really good. They encompass quite a lot. But what I've heard is some people want note pages in different places, and they felt like this wasn't all encompassing. Well, that's why they now have this new create your own, where you can literally create your own sequence of what you want. I'm just going to choose one of these because they actually work pretty well for me. So, and I'm comfortable with that. But you can definitely create your own custom. And so all of the extra pages that you want throughout your planner, you get to decide where they go. So the way that this works is your monthlies are obviously the M's. Here we go, in the purple, and it shows you that it's an open 2-page spread. And then you have sort of you can do anything with. It's sort of like your extra day, and it's your customizable pages. And those are the E's there with the orange, and then the weekly is the blue. And so this is sort of telling you that, you're in this one, your customizable pages will be after your monthlies and not after your weeklies, which is not what I want. What I want actually is I think this one, because I do like to do planning pages after my month for my Etsy shop. And then I also like to have meal planning pages and note pages after my weekly spread. So I think I'm gonna go with this one. This one works well for me because it has my monthly and it has my weekly. So I will select that. And I typically do a medium planner. I've been contemplating the smaller size, but I'm gonna just sort of see what I would like and how it is on my regular one. Plus it's the standard. This is the same size as an Erin Condren, Happy Planner, regular. It's the same size as Plum Paper, Lime Life, all of those, like standard planner size is the 7x9. So I'm gonna select that. Should be all set. All right, so now we are in the first sort of stage of designing your planner. This isn't my first planner with them, obviously, so I do know a little bit how it works, but there has been some new things that I'm going to discover as well. So one of the things that I really love off the bat is this sort of sidebar over here. This is your like go-to at first, and I highly recommend taking a look at this before you even do any of this over here, because there's a few things here that actually could mean a lot to you. First is your duration. Do you want a 6-month planner or a 12-month planner? And to be honest, I usually go with 12 months just because I feel like I like having my full year in case I need to use it, but some people really like the 6 months, and I would definitely recommend looking into a 6-month planner if it's your first Agendio, just because you don't know what's going to happen necessarily when you have such a customizable piece. There's going to be so many things that you want to add, and we have a Facebook group called Agendio Planner Fans, and people are always talking all the time about how they just ordered their planner and now they've thought of like 3 new things that they want to add to it. So just keep that in mind, that a 6-month option is really nice. And then they also have this option for paper. So you actually can, it depends, the paper quality depends, paper thickness I should say, depends on kind of the custom configuration. So if you do the custom configuration, you can select your paper thickness. Also, your covers. So right now I have the printed soft cover that has that spiral binding. You see that with like Lime Life and Plum Paper and Erin Condren. That's that classic silver spiral. They also have an eco leather, faux leather wrap option, and that's you can get when you have you know, like a 6-month planner or something. Basically, it says right here it can't be more than 168 pages. So but it's a nice look if you want something really sleek. And then obviously you can pick your size again here. You can also change the color later. So you can do it in black and white. And if you do it in black and white, you do save $13. That's just something to keep in mind. And I love color. I like to be able to change every single month. So the first one that we're going to pick is our weekly model, and it's highlighted here at the top. And so there is, if you previously purchased, you also have a models library for ones that you kind of like and that you gravitate toward. Plus, you can design a bunch of planners, go back and forth between them, all sorts of things, and you can name the planner and work on it and go back to it. It can take a while to kind of decide what you want. So I am looking for a new setup this time. Don't worry about like the font or things like that right now, or even that it says morning, afternoon, evening. Those are all things that can be changed. Don't worry about if you see these circles here. That can be changed. Don't worry about if you see these big empty spaces. You can change all of this. You can change all this. It doesn't have to be just in these 3 boxes. You could split this up into lots of different boxes. What you're really looking at is sort of the shell of what you want. Actually only want a single sidebar column, and the reason why is because when you have a single sidebar column, your columns here end up being 1.5 inches wide, which is the standard width for most planners now, whether you're talking about Print Impressions, whether you're talking about Erin Condren, when you're talking about Happy Planner, all of them. And so when you do stickers, which if you're part of the planner community, you probably have used stickers at some point, and most of them are sized with the 1.5 thickness in mind. And so I do like to be able to have something that has that 1.5 thickness, just because it allows for more ease of use. I do love when they're thick colors because I do like seeing my color. Those have quite a lot. That's not bad at all. I'm wondering actually if that might be the perfect option for me. Let's see. Yeah, because that doesn't have a spanning page yet. Let's go with that one. This one looks good to me. I like this. It doesn't have the spanning at the top, and I do like that it's only got the one side. This is great. I think I'm going to go with this one. So I selected that. Now you'll see the blue check mark up above. So now I can click over to my monthly and select my monthly. So the monthly, there aren't as many monthly options. There's 1, 2, 3, four monthly options, mainly because there's only so many things you can really do with a monthly, and because you can change the font and you can change sort of placement of things, and you have the ultimate ability to change pretty much everything going on over here. You really don't need that many options. Really, this is an entirely boxed in one, with a smaller, oh, and it zoomed in, here we go, with a smaller year and month up at the top, without sort of having that extra line. You kind of goes right into the days. And it does have the monthly goal up at the top, that little extra box. This doesn't necessarily have to stay this way. It doesn't have to stay shaded, and it doesn't have to say monthly goal, but that box will be there. Anytime you see these black lines, those will stay. So this one is interesting. I like it. I do miss that it doesn't have the full box around it. I think a combination of these two would probably be my perfect one. But that being said, I really love having the color and having this line up at the top to delineate between the month and the days. I like that a lot, and I like not having to have that little box at the top. I enjoy that a lot. This would be perfect if it just had lines dividing everything, but I think I could make it work. So I'm definitely going to go with that one. I think to go with this one. And so now that I have both blue check marks, I'm going to go to customize, and now I can start customizing my planner. This gets exciting. So let's see here. We have, oh, well, you're always going to see this pop up, and I'm just going to click that off, so because I do know what I'm doing here with this. So the top bar is your builder bar, or at least that's what I call it, is the builder bar. And it shows you sort of your progress, and it shows you all the different things that you can do, and it allows you to kind of go back and forth between them. So the info one we are in now, and this gives me this whole sidebar for all the basic info about my planner, and it does show me my configuration, my paper, and my months up at the top, which is nice. And then if I go over to layout, I can choose between my weekly and my monthly layout to customize. I can do my colors, my fonts, events, activities, holidays, and I can choose my national holidays and my religious holidays. This is really great. There's no other planner that I found on the marketplace that allows you to completely customize the holidays and that is in the planner. It will allow you to add holidays of your own sometimes, but it won't take away certain holidays. I know that there are certain holidays that I don't celebrate, that other people celebrate, and those things are going to be automatically added in a lot of planners. And so I love the ability to be able to add those in. It was also great when I lived in Hawaii, because there were a lot of state holidays that was not common for the rest of the United States, but I had off from work and I was able to add them in, which was excellent. There's also the extra pages, your tabs, which is great now. That's a new feature. We have the ability for more tabs, and we can kind of place them wherever we want, which is great, I believe. So we'll get to that, and then your cover, and of course your accessories at the end. But I do want to just give my planner a name here, and we will do, let's do Agendio Plan With Me, because that's what we're doing today. And don't forget, keep watching, because we are going to be doing a giveaway, a very exciting, very rare giveaway for Agendio. They have been super, super generous with me and with the Agendio Planner fans, and something really special for you all. So definitely stay tuned. So I do have my number of months. Here's where you get to decide where it starts. Agendio, unlike many other planners, you get to decide exactly when it starts. So for this one, because it is the timing of it and how it makes, I am going to set it for January. And also you get to decide what day your week should begin on. I like a Monday start. I've always liked a Monday start. Some people like Sunday, but some people, because of the way their work schedule goes, their week starts on a Wednesday or a Thursday. But so you can decide completely. You can also decide what month. If you want your week and your month to start on different days, some people really like that. You can do that as well. You also can decide where you want your monthly layouts. I like mine with my weekly pages so that it goes from, so it would be like the January month, and then it follows by all the January weeklies, and then the February month followed by the February weeklies. But you could definitely choose to have it in either the front or the back of your planner as well. Some people like all their months together. Also, the mini calendars, you can decide what day you want them to start on, if you want them to start on a different day as well. Again, I like it to all be Monday. Then there's also the weekend shading. I don't like shading for my monthlies, so I'm going to say no, but you could choose to have the weekends shaded. Some people love that. And then you also can decide whether or not you want your moon phases to be in your planner. I really like having moon phases in my planner, so I'm going to leave that in there. You also can decide on your language. Right now they do offer 3 different languages, which I think is really great. And then it does ask you where this planner will be used. And as you can see, they have, it feels like almost everywhere. They really are very inclusive and give a lot of options. That will sort of help you, but you can come back to this as well. So let's move into our layout. So let's start with our monthly layout. I personally like to start with the monthly layout. Oh, I didn't have us pick a start day. See, so it didn't let me because this is empty. So I'm going to start January 1st. Excellent. And then I will go to my monthly. Excellent. Perfect. Okay. So you'll see this yellow. That is not going to be in your planner. That just means that that's highlighted. See, I can highlight this and all of a sudden this will become yellow now. Or I could highlight this and it'll become yellow. And as I scroll around, you'll see the blue is telling me where I'm scrolling to. Anywhere that I highlight, I'll be able to customize. So literally anything that can be highlighted can be customized. And the customization options are always over here on the right. I'm sorry, on the left. I know my right from my left. And you want to make sure that you scroll down because oftentimes you'll sort of see these 3 options at the top and think that that's all there is. But if you scroll down, there really is a lot of other options for you to customize. So let's start with the top here. So there's a couple of different options. I can either have the month and then the year, or I can have it in black, or I can have it in a color. I'm going to choose to have it in, I think, I kind of like the black, but I also kind of like the color. I think we'll go with color. We'll go with color. We're paying to have color in here. We might as well get as much color as we possibly can. I think that's exciting. All right, so then we get to go on to our days of the week. And as you can see, there's different options. There is 2 color options and 2 black options. And it's either written out fully or abbreviated. I do prefer it to be written out fully. Let's just see what the black looks like though in that. That's kind of nice. I kind of like it in the black, and I kind of like that it makes it distinguishable between. I like contrast, so I think that looks nice. All right, so that looks good, and we will move on to the next. So here's an option. So right now, this is giving me kind of the 2 months in the going after, so January and then February and then March. But I actually prefer it to be the future month, the month before, and the month after. So this one I would prefer it to be December, and then this one I would prefer it to be February. And so that will tell you that it is the last month and then the next month. So that means in February, it will show January and March. And these will move around depending on where the free spaces are in your monthly spread based on the days of the month. So then we've got what they call your floaters. And so your floaters, you can choose a couple different things. I like to have my floaters be kind of customized here. So we will go in. So in this customization, I can choose a lot of different things. I can choose solid lines, dash lines. I can choose if I want to have it have the ability for it to be like a checkbox type thing. I can also have square checkboxes. I can have circle checkboxes, and I can also shade the whole thing. I'm going to not have it be shaded. And I think I'm going to definitely put in, I think I like solid lines for this one. Actually, or do I want no lines at all? I'm going to go with no lines at all. But all I had to do was just unclick that and move over to label, and I'll have the top label, and I will put this as, my Etsy shop, and I will use this as the space for any sale that I'm running that week. Oh, I forgot to take away the circle checkboxes. Okay, we'll update that. Okay, so see, now I have a blank box with my shop name, and then this way I can just put something there, whether it's a sticker, or I can put like my shop goal for the month or anything like that. It gives me a space for that. And then I'm going to do kind of a home goal in the same sort of way, and I'm going to do home. I think, do I want all capitals? I think I might want all capitals. Let's try that. Yes, I like that. So home. So this is sort of like my big item that I want to get to that month, whether that is, you know, a deep cleaning or something like that. I want to make sure that that I have a space for that. And I write really big, so I don't like a ton of lines usually. So let's go over to these. So I don't think, do I want them to be spaced out like that? You know, I do. I think I like that spaced out. So I'm going to go to that one. I do like the circles, but I do like there to be a little bit less circles. I like to have just a few. And I think I want to make it be, this is my, I like to do to buys. So these are like all the things that I need to get for the month, any major purchases that I need to get for the month, whether that's, you know, we need to stock up on paper towels, or we need to stock up on laundry detergent, anything like that. And then we'll move on to the next one, and we'll customize that one. But actually, you know what? We're going to go back. I like to do, we're going to choose this one. We're going to customize. So as you can see, I just made it smaller. So now it's a smaller section. And I'm going to actually take away the lines. And I'm going to just make it a box. And I'm going to put a positive thought. Because I do like to have a positive thought running through my whole month. And I am going to shade it. I'll update that. So every time that you click on something, you want to make sure you hit update. That way it does it for you. And you can see now it's blue. So it's shaded. This blue is only what is set for January right now. When I change the colors for each month, that shading will change to whatever color that I'm doing. Now I think I'm going to do, I think I'd like to do just a big one. So I'm going to do this one. And I'll customize that, because I just want to have a general kind of to-do. So we'll do solid lines, we'll do circles to keep it the same with the larger spacing. And we will have a general to-do. We'll update that. And then we'll move on. Oh, let's go back to this one. I did not want that to have a shaded background. So I will unclick shaded background and I will update. And now I will go down and I have one more box, and obviously Now that, because this is all the space I have left, this is my only option of size. So I'll customize that. I don't want anything in this one. And I do want this to be shaded because I kind of like the idea of having no shade, shade, no shade, shade. It just sort of makes it look clean to me. And it highlights it for me. It breaks up the space. And I think I'm going to do grateful. Let's see. Grateful for. I like doing a monthly grateful for. I also like doing them weekly, but I think that that's a good spot for it. All right, that looks pretty good to me. I like that a lot, and I'm just going to click on this one so that I can see my whole sidebar here, and it looks good to me. I like the way that that looks. All right, so I will move on then to my weekly layout. So I like to start at the top. So we're going to start with our days of the week, and let's see what it looks like if we do it abbreviated. I kind of like the abbreviation because it gives some more room on the sides. I think I'm going to stick with that. So then we will go down to where it has the days. I like that there's that little space underneath it because then I can choose to put a sticker here if I want. And I still can see my day of the week, or I can cover that all up, or I can put something decorative there, which I kind of like. But the nice part is this is also where your events are going to be. And I kind of like that the events will be right under the day, so I'll know immediately when I'm looking at it what I'm going to have. Depending on the configuration that you pick, depending on the layout that you pick, your events will be in different places. So that's something to look for as well. So here are some of my different options. I can have it be the events on the right hand, the right hand side. I can have it be with descending order. I can have it be on the left hand side. I can then with the day big and then the month underneath, or I can have it be really small with the day and the month together and have it be on the left and on the right. I'm just going to see what it looks like if I do this. That's kind of nice. I kind of like that the way that looks, but you know what? I think also for me, I need to see the day bigger. So I think I'm going to go with this one. And then I'm going to go over here. So this will show me the next month, but I don't like that. I like to see the current month. Personally, I do like to have a current month so that I can kind of figure out where I am. And I'm going to leave it shaded for now. I do like that. Okay, so then we're going to move into the bulk. As you scroll, you'll see the shading. That tells you what you are customizing in that. So there are some where the section here that I'm circling with the cursor is different than the section over here. So you can actually have, you know, sometimes there's a Monday through Friday on one page, and then there's the weekend on another, or Friday through Sunday on another, where you can make this side different than this side. This isn't the configuration, the layout though that I picked. So the layout I picked is going to travel the entire way. And so when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, you know, I'm kind of, I mean, I like having some breakup of it, but at the same time, I kind of just really want to have more to-dos. But I want to break it up into more things that I can actually utilize. So I'm trying to think. I think I'm just going to have it be, 2 big blocks. I think I like that, having it be the 2 big blocks, and then I'm going to customize those. And I know that I want to have something for my Etsy shop to be one of the blocks, and then the second box I definitely want to have a place for like any sort of home stuff. So I will put home there. And again, this way I can kind of put stickers and whatnot there. think that that should be good. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, that's nice. So it kind of gives me a space to put Etsy stuff, a space for home stuff, and then my to-dos at the bottom. I like that a lot. All right, so now let's label these, and I'm just going to label them to do because that is what I just like having it be simple. But I do like to have solid lines. And do I want circles or do I want squares? And it does give you a little preview of what it will look like down here. You know, I think I'm going to go with squares. I think I like squares. I am going to try and... Should I do extra spaces or no, I think I'm going to stick with the 1/4 inch just because I do write so big. This is also where the activities will be. So the events will be up here, but any activities that I select will be down here. So I will update that and see how that looks. Oh, that's nice. That's clean. I like the way that looks. Yeah, see that looks nice. Nice and clean. Gives me lots of space for everything. Again, I'm the type who I would love it if it did have lines down along the sides, but it's not the end of the world. So now I'm going to go over here into my sidebar. I know that I want to have, let's do this one, and we'll customize it. Now I want to have, I like solid lines. Always like solid lines. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do that. How much if I do 3/16? How many do I get out of that? I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Okay, that's what I want. So I am going to go into the labels and I'm going to go meals, because I do like to have a meal planning page, but I like to be able to see it quickly if I just need to quick look at things. And I'm wondering if I can just do a simple Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that looks lovely. See? So now I've got my meals and I can write in all of my meals for the week and just sort of jot things down, even though I'll have my grocery list and things like that in my after each week pages. This allows me to have it right quick and easy for me to see the full week, and I can rearrange it. I like to use the Fix-On pens so I can rearrange it pretty nicely. Let's see. Now I would like to do a small one because I do like to break it up with, like, you know, kind of happy thoughts and things like that. So I'm just going to go back here and apply a shaded background. I do like to alternate my shading because I do think that visually it delineates for me to have shading, no shading, shading, so that then I can see my sections a little bit better. I do like that. And so I think for this space, I want it to be a space, let's do a goal for the week. And I'll just write goal. And then we'll move on to the next section. And I think I want to do another kind of smaller box for this. And actually, I kind of like that I've got my 7 there. We don't necessarily need to have anything that we're tracking, right? So maybe we'll just, because I know that there's certain things that I like to track. So I'm just going to put a tracker in here. Because I like to track different things depending on the week, and I like to change it up. Like each week, I know that sounds weird, but I like to challenge myself to track something different every week. So I think this will be a fun way to do that. Do Sunday. All right. I don't need to have it Saturday, Sunday. That's fine. I don't need the SU. I'll go with that. Excellent. All right, and then we will do a section here with our next week. I think that sounds good, but we do not need everything. Oh, we want this to be shaded, but we've got to go back to that tracker and unshade that next week. So these are important things that I want for next week. And we don't want this to be shaded. So we will unshade that and update. You know, I am going to go back. This is what I love so much about this and how easy. I mean, you can see how quickly I'm able to kind of go back and forth and update the things if I make a mistake or if I see that there's something that I really want to add. I can easily just go back and add those things because not having that SU would have bugged me. I don't know about anybody else, but it would have bugged me. So I'm going to customize this, and I'm going to take out my lines and apply my, take out my shaded. And for here, so I have next week, I have some things that I need to do, and then I have a goal, and I'm going to do another grateful. Because it'd help if I could spell. Because I like to do as many grateful gratitude type things as I possibly can. All right, so I think I'm just going to highlight this so that I can really see everything. I think that looks excellent. That looks really nice. I think it's very functional for me. I'll be able to utilize it quite well. And it gives me that built-in tracker and the built-in meals, which I really like. And that's what I love so much about, you're able to put whatever you want on those lines and really customize it to what you want. So from here, now we get to get into the fun stuff. So now we're going to go into colors, and I get to pick. So up here at the top, you'll see there's all my monthlies. Again, I could switch to black and white and I could save some money. But now I get to pick. So I like to do either I like to do rainbows, or I like to do it based on kind of what I think the season is all about. To go over to my fonts. This is one of my favorite things to do. As you can see over here, they've got a lot of options for fonts. It's super exciting, you know, and I think they'll probably add more as time goes on. So every year probably will get even better. I know I would love to see kind of a little bit more like calligraphy type font. I think that would be really, really pretty. So I'm going to see let's see what courgette looks like oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's very italicized. So this Della Respira, I kind of like the cleanness of this one. I think I'm going to go with that. I like that a lot. Okay, so now we're going to get into the fun stuff. So we are going to add events. So these are what are going to be at the top of my my weekly spread. So events would be anything sort of major. So this is, I do have a whole set of events that normally go in to my planner, but again, some of them are a little bit personal. I don't want to put all of my family members' birthdays and things like that on here. But this is where you would put it. So let's see, I will put, I'll put, you know, my birthday. I just like to write birthday if it's my own. And that is July 14th. And we'll do plan with me, right? A plan with me. And we'll have it be January 10th, for example. Okay. That way, when we do our preview, you can see what it looks like. And maybe we'll do 2 of those too. We'll also do another event. We'll do a Agendio planner fans. So it's a group event, and we'll do that, say, on like the 21st or something. Okay. So actually, no, we'll do it that same day so that we can see what 2 events on the same day look like. Perfect. And then we'll save that. You save that. And now it's letting me know the events have been saved, which is nice. And so then I can move on and I can go over to activities. Now these are going to be down at the bottom with my to-do, in my to-do section. And what's nice is you get to really kind of pick these. So for example, if I need to take my vitamins, and I need to take those every single day, okay? And I want to start it the very beginning of my planner, and then I can literally just hit to the end of my planner. And I want that. Now, do I want it to really be every single day of my monthly? Probably not. I really only need it to be in the checkbox section. So I'm just going to uncheck the monthly and leave the weekly checked. So now another activity that I need to do, I like to, let's see, I want to wash linens. I like to do that every week. So that's going to be every week. You could do every 2 weeks, first of the month, second of the month, something, last day of the month, all those things, right? So I'm going to do every week, and it's going to be on, I like to do them on Sunday. So we will start it on January 1st, and we will do it all the way to the end of my planner. And again, I don't need to have that on my monthly. I just need it on my weekly. And then let's say, I know another activity is paying rent. I need to pay rent. And that happens, we'll do that on the last day of the month, because technically it needs to be on the first day of the month, but I want to make sure that I get it out and I don't forget. So I like to put the last day of the month. And we will do that starting January 1st. And again, going to the end of my planner. I probably don't need this in my monthly. But you know what? It wouldn't be so bad because it'd only be once a month and it would remind me. So I'm going to save that. Now my activities have been saved. And I can move on to holidays. So let's start with national holidays. I do live in the United States. I live in the Pacific Northwest. So I'm going to go over, because I said that I am going to be using this planner in the United States, that's what pops up. But again, I can always go back and I can add. So say I was from a different area and I wanted to celebrate some of the holidays from those different parts of the world, I could click on that and use those as well. So if I want to go and I can look and I can say, all right, here's all the national holidays for the United States. Well, okay, that works nicely. However, I don't necessarily want to have all of these holidays. So easiest though is I do want most of them. So I'm going to say add all, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and I'm going to remove the ones that I don't use. So for one, I don't like Columbus Day. So it's not something that I like to have in my planner. So I'm going to remove that. And let's see, everything else, I think that is fine. So then I can go so now that I have that, I will then go to religious holidays. And what I love so much about this is it literally gives you, not all the world religions, but this is the majority of the world religions and the majority of the holidays that are really out there. But now we will go over to our extra pages. This is great because it does pop up and let you know the different things that you can do. So definitely read this if it is your first time. Make sure you do that. But I know what I'm going to be doing. Over here on the right is basically what you're going to be doing. This is showing you exactly where those pages are and how they are kind of ordered in your planner, and kind of where they're going to be. So these are the ones that I have already set with my configuration. So I can click on one of them and it will pop one up. Right now it's just a notes page, but I can change that. So this is going to be the one after my monthly spread. So this one is important for me to have for my Etsy shop. So I do like having just a single notes page. I am going to, though, I do like to write pretty big, but I think 1/4 is good. I'm just going to put my, oops, I might want to put my cursor down. I do like to have it delineated for my shop. Okay, perfect. Now this is my notes, anything that I need to write down, any ideas. It's sort of my brain dump space. And then on this side, oops, and we have to hit replace and save. And now it's going to save this to my library. So I'm just going to do that. This is a Sticker Geek Designs page. The nice part about this, now that this is saved to my library, I can then go and down here in my library, and I will be able to grab this for other planners that I create once I've created something, which is really nice. So now we're going to do a divisible list for the next, and we will do the first one. I want to have a section for let's see, we'll do solid lines, and we will do squares because I think they look nice and clean, and we will make it as big as possible. Yeah, we'll make it as big as possible, and we will title this sales to apply to, okay, update that. Okay, so, and then the next section we will do one of these, and we'll do the same thing again, but we're going to do a shaded background, and we will do goals, or actually we'll do new releases. I definitely want to have that space. Okay, and then in this space we will use this bigger space, and we will do shop to-dos. So like anything that I really need to make sure I'm getting done for the month, sort of my big stuff. And then I like to have this be, oops, let's go back to this. I want to make sure I don't have that shaded so that I have my nice back and forth. Excellent. And then I like to have this be a bigger space for kind of my brain dump, as far as like kits and things like that, kit ideas. So we will have solid lines for that, but we don't need check boxes. And we'll just do shop ideas. But sometimes they're kit ideas, sometimes they're a new idea for a shop, a new layout, something that I want. And that looks good. And then up at the top, we will have this be just my shop name. Excellent. And then we hit replace because we want to replace that notes page that was there. And here we're going to save it into our library, and we're going to do CD2. Save that. Excellent. Okay, so those are going to be after each one. And then after each weekly spread, I want to have a brain dump. So I am going to put that, and I do like having a brain dump page. I always like having a brain dump page. It's my favorite. And we'll save that, and we'll just title it brain dump. That way I have it. And then on this page, I always like to have what I'm going to write on the most. I like to have that on my right-hand side. I know that's weird, but that is me. I want to do a meal planner. I definitely want lines. I think that'll be easy. What I love so much about this is it's already set up for me, and there's really not much I have to change. What I love doing on this is I love... I write everything out, and then I just take a picture of it and I bring it to the grocery store with me. Then it's on my phone, and I can just use the markup tool on the picture, and then I'm able to have everything, and I can write it all in my planner. It's excellent. So then you can do extra pages. I do like doing end of the planner extra pages here. So let's see. I don't think I want to add, I think I just want to add some extra blank note pages. We'll just do some lined pages, and we'll do 1/4 inch, and we will just get rid of the title. So I just don't need that. And I'm going to add, I like to add at least, let's add 10 pages to the end of my planner. I just like that. I'll just save those. Just be notes. Okay. And now those will be at the end of my planner. And so it's 5 spreads. And then I can also pick the color that I want, because obviously this line will have a color. And so I'm just going to decide, I think I want it to be, I do like that purple, but I think the lavender might be a nice color to have. I'll go with lavender. I think it's a nice neutral color. I don't really like a lot of pages at the beginning of my planner. So now let's go over to tabs. And we are going to add all of the tabs that I need. Actually, I probably just need 14 tabs. Yeah, I just need the 2 extras. So I will have an extra tab for my notes. Go there, I think. There. Excellent. Okay, and now I have one more extra tab, but I really don't have anything else that I've put in my planner. So I think that that's all I need. And so then I'm going to go over to my cover. Excellent. Okay, so now I can choose sort of my pattern and what I want. I know that some of the new stuff, they have these new florals, which are really pretty. Let me see here. Those are pretty. They have some extras here. Let's see what we got. Oh, that one's nice. I like that one. They also have some art ones. Oh, wow. Oh, that's kind of nifty. I like that. They have a quotes one. Do what makes your soul shine. That's pretty. I did like that floral at the top here. This one feels nice. Maybe I'm just feeling very fall right now. But I'm going to click on that. And what that does is that brings me to this place where I can put my name or my monogram. If I chose to put a name, what it does is it creates, as it's loading here and helping me, it creates a bar on the side that allows me to put my name in. Wow, that's actually really pretty. I wonder though, oh look, what it looks like in orange. Oh, that's lovely. My gosh, I feel like this is like perfect for fall. It probably won't feel this way all year round, but it's really pretty. Oh, those are just nice. Oh, I really like that. can't decide. Oh my, there's so many different options. All right, I'm gonna go with this color. I think that would be perfect. And then I do like to put my kind of our family motto instead of my name. I do like that a lot. Now, I could also change the text color. Oh, wow. Oh, see how bright that makes it? I kind of like that color. All right, that looks nice. I like that a lot. That looks pretty. All right, now we can go to accessories. You can get elastic bands for it. I don't need an elastic band. But then you can also get page markers. Again, I have so many clips. You can also get detachable corners, which is nice because they'll score the corners. And some people really like that to tell where they're at. This is the one thing that I always get, and that is a pocket. Their pocket is so smooth. I have to tell you, it is the smoothest thing I've ever felt. It's fabulous. All right, so then I get to go over to the review. And this is the really fun part. It does show you the total for your cost. So then we wait for it to load the entire planner, which is fun and exciting. So here it is. Everything is in it. And what's nice is it allows you to preview it. This is my favorite part. So I'm going to preview my planner. So the very first page, it will show you my model number, and it will show you when it's going from January to December. It's a 12-month planner. So let's go to the next page. It gives me the months at a glance. This is something that I do really like, and I knew it was in here, so I didn't really need to add anything more than that. Now we're going to go into the first month. So this is our first month. And as you can see, it's got all of my sections that I had in here. My section for home, my section for the shop. You can also see right here, it's got my little events, my pay rent, and the little Agendio planner fans, and the plan with me that I put in here to show you what it would look like. So it shows all of my events already pre-written for me, and New Year's Day, that's all in there. All right, let's see. And then after every month, I will get this. So I'll have my shop name, and I will have my notes, my brain dump area for it. It'll have the other things that I need for my shop. And then it will go right into the weekly. Excellent. Okay, so now you can see that it put my holiday up here to the left-hand side, which is what I wanted. It's got my meals over here. It's got my goal, my tracker. And then down here, it is got my, and it did give me 2 days of December just to fill out the week. And I did tell it to start my activities on January 1st. So that's why it's not on these 2 days. But you can see down here, it has my vitamins right with a checkbox. And then it also has on my Sundays, it has wash linens. So it's already put in there for me, and I don't have to worry about it. It's already pre-printed. And I don't have to, if I forget to put it in there, this helps remind me. So then after that, I have my brain dump page, and then I have my meal planning page. I love this. This is great. And then you can keep going. Obviously here we have our 2 little test events up at the top that you can see. That is great. It's wonderful. Now I'm just gonna go a little bit farther because I want to see what one of the other colors looks like. Let's see here. Get all the way through. And now we are at February. There it is. So now you can see that light pink over everything. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that's great. Excellent. And as you can see, because there's extra days, these have moved up. These floaters have moved up to the top. And I have my shop stuff. And then here we go. I have all the nice pink for the full weekly. It's excellent. Oh, that looks wonderful. So you can check out your whole planner, make sure everything's ready. You can see the pay rent is down here too, because that's the end of the month. So that reminds me to do that every month. Oh, this is excellent. That looks beautiful. And so then you just X out of it when you are done and you have previewed it. And then you can also preview the front of your planner. It's great. I know this appears to be white, but this is silver. All right, and then you can kind of just read everything that you've got. It also tells you the size of your spiral, how big your spiral is going to be. It tells you how many pounds. This is going to be about a pound and a half planner. It gives me the thickness of my pages. It gives me my total number of pages. And then you do need to check off all of these things in order to add to cart, because they want to make sure that you really are paying attention to everything. You do have to click that you understand that once you order and pay for it, that you cannot make any changes, because they will be printing this and it's done. And so from there, then I would just click add to cart and I would be done. That is my full planner. So some exciting news that I have for you is that we are doing a giveaway. I've teamed up with Agendio to do this plan with me, this sort of build a planner with me. And they have agreed to give away one planner to one of you lucky viewers out there. And this is for one full planner. These planners are pretty comparable to Erin Condren and Lime Life, but they are customizable in a way that none of the other planners are. There is no planner on the marketplace that is as customizable as Agendio. And it's a rarity in the planner community to be able to do all of this. It does take a little bit of time. As you saw, this is a long video, and I knew all the things that I wanted. But I do recommend spending time with it, play around with it, draw things out on pieces of paper, see what you might like, what things you might use. I like to look back at old planners to see where I'm jotting notes down, what kind of things am I jotting notes down about, because I would love to make a section for that in my planner. So keep that in mind and have fun with it. Come back to it, leave it for a little while, go back, really, take your time designing your planner, because this is something that you're going to be using and you want to use it every single day, and you want it to help make your life more organized, more efficient, and help you make your goals a reality. So I would love for you to join the Facebook group. I'd love for you to enter this giveaway. We're super excited to be able to offer this. This is not something Agendio does often, so I'm super excited that they were willing to do this for my viewers. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. All right, everyone, I hope that you had a wonderful time and have a good one. Bye.